Cut your losses. Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to What's She Up To Now, day 1295. She being Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. I started this as a way to document my journey, share my experiences, what I was doing as I transitioned from the offline world to the online world. And it's changed a little bit over time, what I share, what I talk about. Usually there's something that's on my mind and I talk about that, and then what I'm doing online right now. And in 2021, I've gone a little bit on and offline. We're going to continue to develop things on and offline as well as the world changes and our interests change, and we think that certain things are more important and they need our attention, or they need my attention. Why am I talking about our? They need my attention. Lots of things in the world need our attention, but I can only pay attention to the things that I'm supposed to pay attention to. So our supersize your business idiom today was cut one's losses, cut your losses, cut, are there anybody's losses? How do we go about cutting your losses, cutting our losses? I think I was attracted to this particular idiom and expression because I am not particularly great at cutting my losses. I will tend to hang on to things way too long. Stayed married longer, much longer than I knew that I should have. Business relationships, businesses, stayed in businesses and had jobs that were too long for me, not too long for other people. Some people stay in jobs or businesses for their entire career, their entire life. I tend to get this 3-year itch. I'm itching my hand. I tend to get an itch after a couple of years, and then by the 3rd year, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm ready to move on with this business or life, which is probably why I have been involved in so many different businesses and industries throughout my career. Figured before I came in the online world, it was at least 27 different businesses and industries. Now, I haven't counted the online world, and as I'm going back out into the offline world, some of the industries are the same that I've been involved in, and others are totally new and different and unique for me because I love a new challenge. So cut your losses. How do you go about doing that? I shared 5 different ways small business owners can, and 5 practices that they can use and incorporate in their business and their life to make sure that they're cutting their losses and they're not staying in things too long, that they're not going down the wrong road as often as they might otherwise go. That helps to cut your losses by making better decisions. And I guess making better decisions, that's not even on there, but that probably could be a 6th way. Make sure that you've got a good decision-making process and that you're making the best decisions that you can for you and your organization at the time. So I'm sure there's more that could be on the list, but weren't necessarily on the list for today's little quick video. Our Get Up and Go challenge, we're talking about the SOAP framework with respect to our finances. We do, I say health, wealth, and relationships. So finances, our physical well-being, our physical beingness, and relationships. We go through the SOAP framework one day at a time for the S, the O, the A, and the P for each of those 3 main areas of our life. Why? Because those are the ones that time and time again people bring up as if they got an area that's challenging them in their life, 90+% of the time, not 80-20, more than 90% of the time falls into one of those 3 categories. And almost always, actually it's closer to 100% of the time, it's in one of those 3 categories. And if you take care of that biggest challenge, biggest problem first, everything else tends to fall into place. So we break those down for the S, the O, the A, and the P for the SOAP framework. And today we're on the O, the options part. And I actually shared one of my very favorite tools, learned from my good friend Jim Edwards of the online world. I've actually been a student of Jim's, and I like to say we're friends. I don't know what he would say. He would probably say we're friends. Of Jim's for, gosh, I don't even know how many years now. He was one of the first people I started following on the internet. I actually went to one of his very first events. It was in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know if became part of a mastermind group out of that event. That was really fun. I still know many of those people today, and we pop in and out of one another's lives when it's appropriate these days. But he taught us a strategy at, I don't remember, he didn't teach it at that event, but years later he did a and he's still, I believe it's a product that he still offers. It's, 5 steps to get anything you want. That's not the exact title, but basically how to get anything you want in five simple steps. And again, that's not the title either. He's a copywriting genius, and he does a lot of scripting and things these days. He wrote a great book on copywriting, by the way. If you haven't read it, pick it up. Copywriting Secrets. But he taught a technique in that training called a power vision movie. And so I shared that in the Get Up and Go challenge today. Great visualization strategy, because it does all the things you should with visualization, but it does it that brings you where you step into the movie and you are the main character in the movie. Good movies, when we're watching them, we actually become one of the characters in the movies, or we see ourselves and we relate to one of the characters in the movies. And this is actually taking that a step further, and instead of it being someone else's movie someone else's character we're stepping into, we are the star of the movie, and we step into the character that we want and create the vision and the scenarios and the action that we want, and then we add all of our senses. It's a really, really powerful visualization tool. For people like me that originally struggled with visualization, it sent me over that edge of thinking, I can't visualize, this is too hard. Guess what? Everybody visualizes. If I say, think of a cow, there's no way you cannot think of a cow. If I say, don't think of a yellow cup, guess what? You're going to think of a yellow cup. That's my way to sneak a drink of coffee. So, Power Vision movie we talked about as part of our financial options. The whole SOAP framework, the purpose of the SOAP framework is to help us to create a process or adopt a process that automatically gives us the best results for us after any change or challenge or obstacle or setback or something that comes up in our life. Lots of people could have used the SOAP framework, me included, prior to the COVID pandemic. And then when COVID hit, they would have automatically gone through this, done what they needed to do, and created the best results for themselves coming out of that. All of us, and that's actually why I came up with the SOAP framework. I had a process for dealing with challenges and changes, and early on when COVID hit and we shut down for that first 2 weeks, when it first hit, I guess I was with my sisters and we had our reaction. It was my birthday, actually my 60th birthday, and we were up at the cabin with my granddaughter and two of my sisters, and it was awesome. We were having a great time, and then all the shutdowns were announced, and they started to do the shutdowns. And then after the initial, hey, something's going down, I think it was, they were turning off travel, and we weren't going to be able, travel in and out of America, which is, a first in my lifetime that I remember. So that was just starting to happen. And then we came home and we had the 2 weeks, and everybody, me included, was like, okay, 2 weeks, that's not so bad. We can deal with that. It's unheard of, unprecedented, really, really crazy. But 2 weeks, that's pretty short term. We'll figure it out, right? There's stuff around my house I want to do. There's books I want to read. Not a problem. And then before the 2 weeks was even close to up, all of a sudden, different states, mine included, was saying, okay, well, it's going to be a month. We're shutting everything down for an additional month past the 2 weeks. And then it was months and a year, and here we are a year and a half later, and now there's all kinds of crazy talk about masks again, which I will tell you, when I was in college, my summers in college, between college, I actually made and manufactured for 3M, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, face masks, N95s, and all kinds of industrial face masks and different types of face masks. And the face masks and the face coverings, which these are not for health or safety, these are face coverings. They are absolutely positively, scientifically not effective. They're not preventing or saving you from anything. They are not preventing the spread of disease. They are not doing anything. And I know this for a fact and from personal experience, because I used to do the quality testing and studies on, as well as manufacturing, masks that actually work for different environments and different situations. The stuff that they got going on, putting a bandana over your face, you might as well put a Kleenex over your face when you sneeze, which is as effective to prevent the spread of germs and disease. But COVID is one of those where scientifically it is so small Their fabric and, you know, even N95s have not been proven effective on any of this. So go ahead, listen to the media, think what you want, but please think for yourself and realize that there's more, and there's a whole lot of different reasons behind the whole mask thing, and it's all political. None of it has anything to do with science. That is my rant for today. Apparently I had that on my mind and I didn't even know I did. So Power Vision movie. Our annual challenge, do one thing every day that centers you, was about what kind of person you are. Let me sneak back and take a peek at that. No? Oh, learn what kind of a person you are and be such. That was said by Pindar. I have no idea who Pindar is. Maybe I'll look it up. I doubt it. Usually I don't look up who these people are if I haven't heard of them. If I was super duper curious, I would. But like I said a couple of days ago, sometimes wise people, it doesn't matter whether everybody says something wise sometimes. Even I say wise stuff sometimes. Even people we don't like or respect or we think are heinous, every once in a while they'll say something that actually is true and makes a lot of sense. And so we can learn from everybody. But today we're going to just learn about ourselves and what makes us tick, which is the purpose of the whole challenge. And just be ourselves today. So we're going to learn something cool about ourselves today. I haven't learned anything quick about myself yet today. I guess maybe that I get off on tangents when I am triggered, just like everybody else. And I can trigger myself. That's the coolest part, right? So that is today. That is what I'm working on. The challenges, the Get Up and Go annual, or not the annual challenge, the Get Up and Go challenge, and then Supersize Your Business. My granddaughter's coming today. I'm so excited. 2 more weeks with her, and then she's off to 1st grade. I can't believe it. It's amazing. We forget. And I guess grandkids grow as fast as our kids did. And so we forget. So we want to spend as much time as we can with them so that we don't miss it. Plus, she will be awesome at helping me with my Power Vision movie for the Get Up and Go challenge today, because she's got an incredibly amazing, fun, and exciting imagination. That's it. If I can help you in any way, ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow for another update on what's she doing now. By the way, it looks like I am going to move this from the Be Me to Thrive page to the Thrive Challenge page. And I will update the cover of the Thrive Challenge page. I just realized today that that is still from actually August of 2020's Get Up and Go challenge, which is sort of humorous. Just goes to show you I don't use that page very often. All right, or this page very often. I guess we're on this page. So I'm going to make that move permanent so I don't have to dilly-dally with the changes in the algorithm for Facebook. It just makes my life simpler and easier, as we all like to do, right? We want to cut our losses, make our lives easier. All right, any way I can help you, please ask. Otherwise, go out and have an absolutely awesome day, and I'll, of course, see you tomorrow.